In October 1917, an immigrant passenger ship carrying Italians to New York was caught in a violent Atlantic storm. Among those aboard were Antonio Russo, a 28-year-old carpenter, and his 5-year-old daughter, Maria. Antonio's wife had died in childbirth 2 years earlier. America was his last hope, to escape poverty and give his daughter a future. Italy could not offer. At 2 a.m., towering waves smashed over the decks. Water flooded the lower compartments where third-class passengers slept. The ship listed sharply. Screams echoed through the corridors as people surged toward the stairs, pushing and falling in panic. Antonio lifted Maria from their bunk and fought forward, holding her above the rising water. But the crowd was too dense, the flooding too fast, and the angle of the ship too steep. Antonio realized the terrible truth. They would not reach the lifeboats. Minutes remained. Through the chaos, he reached a broken porthole, barely large enough for a child. Beyond it lay the freezing Atlantic. In the distance, searchlights swept across the water. Rescue boats were coming. He looked at Maria, terrified, crying for her mother, clinging to him. Then he made the choice that would define his life. Antonio pushed her through the porthole. Maria screamed as she fell into the ocean. Antonio shouted after her, "Swim, Maria. Swim to the light. Ships are coming. Swim." He knew she had a chance. He knew he did not. The ship sank 7 minutes later. Antonio drowned with 117 other third-class passengers, trapped below decks. His body was never recovered. Maria was pulled from the water 45 minutes later, suffering from severe hypothermia and near drowning, but alive. She was 5, orphaned, traumatized, in a foreign country, and unable to speak English. She remembered only her father's last words, "Swim to the light." For years, she believed he had abandoned her. Hope turned into confusion, and confusion into pain. She lived with that belief for 25 years. The truth came when she was 30. A researcher reviewing passenger records found Antonio Russo's name among the dead. Only then did Maria understand. He had sacrificed himself so she could live. Maria lived until 2004, dying at 92. She married and had 4 children, 9 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren, 31. Descendants who existed because one man made an impossible choice. Her final words about her father were simple. "Thank you, Papa. Thank you for throwing me toward life. Ti amo." Some acts of love last longer than lifetimes. Fathers, though often misunderstood, are the truest lovers.